Okay, here we are in the shop again at HBH Repair and Service. I am sorry about the lighting here. I just started rebulbing this place and put LEDs in, and I think you can pretty much see the difference. Like that one over there is still a fluorescent tube. That's one of those energy efficient fluorescent tubes. But the rest of these are LEDs, and they are super freaking bright. I mean, just insanely bright. Anyway, that was part of what I was doing in here. Shop's still a mess. There's crap laying everywhere. But anyway, a couple other little shop improvements I want to do. And well, I got a little bit of slack time. Anyway, what I'm going to talk to you about today is, anybody that knows me knows that I harp on this: ethanol enhanced fuels in your boats and your lawn care equipment. Quit doing it. Alright, here is a sample fuel that I pulled out of one today. I don't know if you can see the crap floating there in the bottom. It's got kind of a different color to it. That's water, right out of a boat tank. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Ethanol enhanced fuels are not doing you any favors. Yeah, there are some people that get away with it. I've known a few of them that get away with it. You know, one of my good friend's dad, they used to have a snapper riding lawnmower, right? And to say that they didn't take care of it was an understatement. The thing would sit outside all winter long, have 6 inches of snow on top of it, on top of the gas tank, venting right into the freaking fuel. For some unknown stinking reason, every year that they put gas in it and started it, it always ran. Don't ask me how they got away with it. I don't know. It became kind of a game. I'd get a text from my friend, 2 pulls. Are you kidding me? And they did the same thing with their weed eater, and it's been running for years and years and years and years and years. I finally put new fuel line on it, I think last summer, because they were finally starting to get brittle. That's an exception to the rule. I've had one customer come back to me 3 times in one mowing season and needed a carb rebuild every freaking time he brought it here. Needed new fuel lines every time he brought it here. This was back in the day that you know, it was a mixed bag on what you'd get at the fuel pump. All right, in Ohio especially, we were considered what was, I think there's 5 in the country. Oh, excuse me. We were considered what was called a dump state. So if Pennsylvania refinery screwed up a load of gas and had more ethanol in it than what it was supposed to, the federal mandates 10%, and they screwed up and got 111 or even higher, they could sell it here in Ohio. Nice to know. Because like the owner's manual to my 06 Harley Softail and the owner's manual to my truck also stated if he was running anything higher than 10%, he could void your warranty. So I think they've tightened up the regulation on that quite a bit, because I haven't been seeing anything more than 10%. But I bought an ethanol tester just to test, you know, what fuel I was putting in my vehicles. Sometimes I had 12, a couple times I had, you know, 13, a few times I had less than 10. But I had a guy bring me lawn and garden equipment that would not run. I did a fuel test, 45% right out of the pump at a station south of here. I'm not dropping names, I'm not doing that, but anyway, yeah, he had a mess. Anyway, onto this gas sample I just pulled today. This was out of a customer's boat. I got hired to rig another motor onto it because he felt that the motor that was on there was junk. And lo and behold, it wasn't. You know, I'm getting him running for less than it was going to cost him to rig that Yamaha on. But anyway, that's another moot story. But it had a power pack issue. One cylinder was dead. Did the checks on it, put a power pack on it, got fire on both cylinders now, but it still wouldn't run. What's the first thing I do? Knock the hose off the motor, stick it in that jar, give the bulb a few pumps, and that's the gas sample I pulled out of it. Get water in it. Now, being that it's got water in it, if it's an ethanol enhanced fuel, it's skunked. I'm not even going to be able to test it. I don't think that it is. This isn't the first customer I've had this year that's gotten gas from one marina in particular that they've wound up with water in their fuel. Now, think about this for a moment. You're pulling up to the gas dock. Gas pump's on the dock. It's out over water. Your fuel is coming piped in either over top of water. I've even seen them where they're running the piping right on top of the floats. So a lot of times you're seeing piping in water. I'm not saying that, you know, they have a problem. I think if they, you know, that place in particular, if they did find out they had a problem, they would be pretty expedient about taking care of it, just knowing the business that I know them. But I've also seen ethanol enhanced fuels in boats. You don't understand how many gas samples I've pulled just this year that's had skunked fuel in them. Water and the gas. The way I test for ethanol is I have a graduated cylinder, put a certain amount in there to where it says water, and then you fill the rest up with gas and you shake the snot out of it for a minute or two and then leave it set for about 10. The ethanol and the water will combine. Ethanol is a water magnet. Henceforth, why I'm telling you not to run it in boats. The ethanol and the water will mix and sink to the bottom. And where the separation line is, that's where the graduated valve gives you your reading. Anyway, back to the point of ethanol being a water magnet. Your boat's in the water. If you dock it, you got twofold of a problem, because it's getting rained on too. Okay, and some of these older pontoons, the gas tank actually sat on the outside of the boat. So not a real good idea to be running ethanol enhanced fuels, especially in a metal tank, on the outside of the boat. You're running it over water, you're docking it, and it's getting rained on. You're pushing your luck. Quit doing it. Buy the marina gas, or, you know, there's a website called www.puregas.org. Look at that site, and they will give you every station in the country in Canada that sells ethanol free. They call it recreation fuel. It's 90 octane. They just built a new station here in neighboring town from me that every pump has that option. It's always a blue handle. There's another neighboring town up north of me has one pump, and it averages about 80-90 cents more a gallon than your regular normal 87 octane. Okay. So if you're running the 2-stroke, mix it yourself. Hell, come to my shop and I'll sell you good AMSOIL 2-stroke oil. Or buy the Marinas pre-mixed at $5 a gallon. You know, if you're worried about water infiltration at a marina, my best piece of advice to you is carry a mason jar. Tell them you want to sample the gas first. And if it comes out and it fills that jar and it's cloudy, don't buy it. Okay, because it's obviously got water in it. That's it for now. You know, I could rant and rave and carry on. I've written an article for the Gravely Gazette about this stuff. I've ranted about it on my Facebook page. I've ranted about it on my HBH Repair and Service Facebook page. And I still see it. Okay? Again, you don't understand how many bad gas samples I've pulled this year. It's astounding to me. But people are going to run whatever the hell you're going to run. There ain't nothing I'm going to say to change your mind. So, you know, I'm not bitching about it by any means. You want to run the stuff and patronize my business? Good. I'll take you in. I'll take your money. But if you want to safeguard yourself and save trips to your friendly boat mechanic, quit running ethanol enhanced fuels in your boats. Find out where you can get the ethanol free wreck fuel, or buy the Marinas gas and sample it. You know, I don't think that sample was ethanol enhanced. I really don't. I think it just had water in it from condensation, or it got pumped into it right from, you know, the gas dock. It could happen. I'm not saying that they're being facetious and putting ethanol enhanced in a pump that's designed to, you know, or they're advertised as running ethanol free. I don't think they're doing that. I don't think they can get away with that. But they might have a problem where they're sucking water from somewhere. Just sample it, you know, save yourself a hassle. Anyway, that's it for now. Do it or don't do it. Choice is yours, and stay tuned.